Hey guys, so for this video we're gonna take a brief look at a method declaration. So methods are basically just group logic that you want to reuse throughout your code. So let's go ahead and kind of dive in. Open IRB. To declare a method, just do def and then the name you want to give it. So we'll go with test here. Then we'll hit enter, and this will take us into the method so we can start writing the logic. For this, we'll just output something random, I guess. And enter, and then when we're done with our method logic, we just use end to close it out. So now I created this method named tests, and when I call it, it's going to output something random. To call a method, you just give the name. So test, boom, something random. Methods can also take in parameters, and parameters are basically just data that you want to use within the method. So to do that, you just do define and then method name like normal. A good example of this, I guess we'll make a method that does addition. It'll take two numbers and then add them together and return the total. So if we do addition, so the method name, addition, and then parameters. So parameters will go inside parentheses right next to the method name. We'll just do num1 and num2 in this case. And hit enter. And then all we want to do is say num1 plus num2. And then we'll do end. So now if I do call addition and give it parameters within parentheses, just like we did next to the name, we'll give it 2 and 5. Notice how it's comma separated. It returns 7. You can also pass parameters to a method without the parentheses and the input of space. So you do 2 comma 5 and it'll return 7. It's just two ways to pass in the parameters to a method. Let's see here. What happens if let's say we only give one number. Ruby's basically going to scream at us because our method expects two arguments or two parameters and we're only giving it one. So we'll go ahead and show that. Wrong number of arguments, given one, expected two. So to get around this, you can give a method default values. So if num1 and num2 aren't passed in, you can give it a value, so it won't error out like this. So let's go ahead and do that. We will redefine our addition method, and we're going to give the same parameters, num1, num2. The difference being this time we're going to give them default values. So to do that, you say equals, and then the value you want to give it. So by default, num1 will equal 1, and num2 will equal 2. End. We still want to add these together, so num1 plus num2, and then you close the method out. So now we just do addition. It's going to take 1 and add it to 2, so it should return 3. If you just pass in, let's say 500, it's going to overwrite this num1 with 500, and num2 is still going to be equal to 2 because we didn't give it a value, and it should return 502. And then if we give both values 300, it should return 800 and add them. So yeah, so that's just giving default values. You can also call methods within methods. Say we want to take addition's default values and multiply it by a random number. We can reference addition within another one. So we'll make this multiply method, and we'll give it a parameter. So they're going to pass in a number they want to multiply addition by. So we'll take that, and then we'll just use the addition without parameters, and then multiply it times the num that they pass in. And we'll do end here. So now, if we call this multiply, and give it a number of 5, it should return 15. So it's going to take num, so addition is, we didn't give it any parameters, so it's going to do the default values of 1 and 2, so 1 plus 2 is 3, and then it's going to take this num that we're passing in, which is 5 in this case, and multiply addition by it, so that it should return 15. Yeah, so you can nest methods within methods. I think this is a good stopping point. We'll get more into methods and some of the things you'll actually use them for in the future, but for right now I think this is a good basic understanding. Another call out is you could like set method or parameter names, like if you want to have specific names. Or you can, yeah, there's just all kinds of stuff you can do with methods. So if you want to look into it a little more, just wait for future tutorials. That works too. So please like and subscribe if you found this useful. I'll also include a link to some documentation if you guys want to look through it in the description. Thanks.